Great Falls is a waterfall along the Potomac River near DC. 200 years ago, people were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to, we can't use water transportation, which is our main method of transportation. What are we going to do? We got to build a canal. So they built this Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. About 100 years ago, that closed. It's now maintained as a National Historical Park, and there's a trail, and it's so cool there. So I got a ton of photos and videos I was going to share. So here we go, episode 1. Great blue heron here. There's always a ton of these. So cool to watch them just... Well, this one I startled. I startled another one accidentally. Got a couple cool pictures. It doesn't really make sense to me that they'd be able to hunt when the water is just opaque. I mean, it's just covered in algae. So I'm not sure exactly what they're thinking. After watching these herons for a while, I realized he had something in his mouth. Turns out there actually is fish in the water. Found this undated picture. This is one of the canal boats that would travel along, so that part on the right, that's kind of where I was walking, just way later, with cameras. Imagine. A little later on the adventure, I started hearing a whole lot of squawking. I was just not sure what I was hearing. I threw it in Merlin, turned on Merlin app to try and figure it out. Turns out, whole bunch of hawks in my area. Really cool. I've never seen that many kind of in this area before. Speeding up the video, but keeping some of the audio. It was just so surreal. Such an interesting call. Like, I've never heard that before. One of them had a slightly different call. It almost sounded like it was saying like and subscribe. Don't know what's going on there. The side quest for our adventure today is to recover a geocache that I placed and totally forgot about. Luckily, I still have the post on the site, and I left myself, or a would-be finder, some hints. What I wrote was, look low to the ground, gaps between rocks, spidery regions, black duct-taped container. I made it out to where that was using the coordinates I had saved, but I just couldn't find it. For this video now, I pulled the original picture. You can see it here. And that's just a terrible hiding spot. I'm sure somebody found it. I found a bunch of nude litter, and I hid it over a year and a half ago. So I think it's pretty likely. I did remove the litter, but I think it's pretty likely that somebody found it. So I apologize. Duck, 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 duck. Just wrapping it up now. Here's a couple other flowers I saw. Took some pictures of just one of the... There's a couple lakes in the canal where it widens out. Not exactly sure why that happens. And I'm very interested in this. There's a trail with a single rope cross. No sign or anything, just this one rope, barring entry. So I'm looking forward to maybe considering adventuring over there. Who knows? Made it back, about 4.5 miles. Good hike. And thanks for joining me on the canal.